expand the first keynote to 400 words, but don't mention any subheading and ending sentences. One of the biggest dangers of overthinking is that it convinces you to believe in problems that do not actually exist. The human mind is powerful and creative, but when it is not controlled, it can create endless scenarios filled with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. A simple situation can become a source of stress because the mind starts imagining negative outcomes before any real evidence appears. Instead of focusing on facts, many people become trapped in assumptions. They spend hours worrying about what someone meant by a message, what might happen during an upcoming event, or what others may think about them. In reality, most of these fears never become true, but the emotional damage caused by overthinking feels very real. Overthinking often starts with a single thought. That thought grows into another question, then another concern, and before long, the mind is racing through dozens of negative possibilities. A person may convince themselves that they are going to fail, be rejected, embarrass themselves, or lose an opportunity, even when there is no proof that any of these things will happen. This cycle creates unnecessary stress and drains valuable energy that could be used for productive actions. Instead of solving problems, overthinking multiplies them. Many people suffer more in their imagination than they ever do in reality. They replay conversations repeatedly, analyze every detail of a situation, and search for hidden meanings that may not even exist. While they are busy worrying, opportunities pass by. Confidence begins to weaken because every decision feels risky and every choice feels uncertain. The mind becomes so focused on potential dangers that it overlooks possibilities for growth, success, and happiness. Fear gains strength when it is constantly entertained. The more attention you give negative thoughts, the more powerful they become. Over time, these imagined problems can influence emotions, behavior, and even physical health. Stress increases, sleep becomes difficult, and peace of mind disappears. What began as a small concern becomes a heavy burden simply because it was allowed to grow unchecked. Successful and confident people understand that not every thought deserves attention. They recognize the difference between a real problem and an imagined one. They focus on facts rather than assumptions and solutions rather than fears. By training the mind to stay grounded in reality, they avoid wasting time and energy on worries that serve no purpose. When you stop feeding imagined problems with endless attention, you create space for clarity, confidence, and positive action. Action is one of the most powerful weapons against overthinking. While overthinking keeps a person stuck in endless cycles of doubt and hesitation, action creates momentum and progress. Many people believe they need to have every answer before they begin, but this mindset often becomes the reason they never start. They spend days, weeks, or even years analyzing every possible outcome, waiting for certainty that never arrives. The truth is that confidence is not something you gain before taking action. It is something you build through action itself. Overthinkers often want guarantees. They want to know that they will succeed, that they will not make mistakes, and that everything will go according to plan. Life, however, does not work that way. Every successful person has faced uncertainty. Every achievement began with a step into the unknown. If people waited until they felt completely ready, many great accomplishments would never have happened. Growth comes from moving forward despite uncertainty, not from waiting for it to disappear. The longer you delay action, the stronger fear becomes. Your mind starts creating more reasons to hesitate. Small challenges appear bigger than they really are. Simple decisions begin to feel overwhelming. The task itself may not be difficult, but the endless thinking surrounding it makes it seem impossible. Meanwhile, taking even one small step can break this cycle. Action shifts your focus from imaginary fears to real-world experience. It replaces assumptions with knowledge and doubt with understanding. Mistakes are often feared by overthinkers. Mistakes are one of life's greatest teachers. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, student, and leader has made mistakes along the way. They did not achieve success because they avoided failure. They achieved success because they learned from failure and kept moving forward. Overthinking treats mistakes as disasters, while action treats them as lessons. This difference in perspective changes everything. Progress rarely comes from one giant leap. It is usually built through small, consistent actions repeated over time. A single phone call, one application, one conversation, one workout, or one page written can move you closer to your goal than months of worrying. Every action provides valuable feedback and experience that endless thinking can never give. The moment you begin taking action, you regain a sense of control. Instead of feeling trapped by uncertainty, you become actively involved in shaping your future. Your energy shifts from worrying about what might happen to creating what can happen. With every step forward, fear loses its grip, confidence grows stronger, and opportunities become easier to recognize. Action transforms dreams into reality because movement always accomplishes more than hesitation. Many people overthink because they are trying to carry burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. They worry about every possible outcome, every future challenge, and every detail that is beyond their control. This constant mental struggle creates exhaustion because the human mind was not designed to control everything. As believers, we are encouraged to make sincere efforts, take responsible action, and plan wisely. But we are also taught to place our trust in Allah. When trust in Allah becomes strong, excessive worry begins to lose its power. Overthinking often comes from the desire to know exactly how everything will unfold. People want certainty about their future, their careers, their relationships, and their dreams. When they cannot find those answers, fear starts filling the empty spaces. The mind begins creating scenarios, predicting difficulties, and imagining obstacles that may never appear. Instead of finding peace, they become trapped in a cycle of anxiety. Trusting Allah means understanding that not everything needs to be known today. Some answers will come with time, and some doors will open when the moment is right. Life is full of situations that cannot be controlled. You cannot control every person's opinion of you. You cannot control every challenge that comes your way. You cannot guarantee outcomes no matter how much you think about them. Many people spend countless hours worrying about these things as if worry itself can change them. The reality is that excessive worry rarely improves a situation. It simply steals energy, focus, peace from the present moment. When a believer places trust in Allah, a powerful shift takes place. The heart begins to understand that Allah's wisdom is greater than human understanding. What appears to be a delay may actually be protection. What seems like a closed door may be guiding you towards something better. What feels like a hardship today may contain blessings that become clear later. Trusting Allah does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your best while accepting that the final outcome belongs to Him. The stories of the prophets teach this lesson repeatedly. They faced uncertainty, difficulties, challenges that seemed impossible. Yet they continued to trust Allah even when they could not see the solution. Their faith gave them strength during moments when fear could have overwhelmed them. Their reliance on Allah allowed them to move forward with patience and confidence. A heart connected to Allah does not become free from challenges, but it becomes stronger in facing them. Instead of being consumed by endless questions about the future, it finds comfort in knowing that Allah is in control. This trust brings calmness during uncertainty, hope during hardship, and peace during moments of confusion. The more you strengthen your reliance on Allah, the less room there is for overthinking to dominate your mind. One of the most effective ways to overcome overthinking is to learn how to live in the present moment. Many people spend so much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future that they completely miss the life happening right in front of them. Their minds are constantly traveling to places they cannot change or control. They replay old mistakes, regret missed opportunities, and analyze situations that are already over. At the same time, they worry about future problems that may never happen. As a result, they lose the ability to fully experience today. The past can teach valuable lessons, but it was never meant to become a permanent place of residence for the mind. Constantly reliving failures, disappointments, and regrets only creates emotional exhaustion. Every person has made mistakes. Every person has experienced moments they wish they could change. However, no amount of overthinking can rewrite yesterday. The more attention you give to what cannot be changed, the less energy you have for what can be improved right now. The future presents a similar challenge. Planning is important, but excessive worrying about tomorrow often creates fear instead of preparation. Many people imagine future difficulties so vividly that they begin suffering from them long before they arrive. They become anxious about situations that may never occur. Instead of preparing themselves wisely, they become trapped in endless worry. The future is shaped by the actions taken today, not by the fears imagined today. Living in the present moment allows you to focus on what is within your control. You may not control everything that happens around you, but you can control how you respond today. You can choose to work hard today. You can choose to pray sincerely today. You can choose to show kindness, gratitude, and patience today. These small daily actions create a strong foundation for a better future. Overthinking often steals the joy of life's blessings. A person may be surrounded by opportunities, family, friends, countless reasons to be grateful, yet remain unable to appreciate them because their mind is occupied elsewhere. When you become present, you begin to notice the blessings that have always been there. Appreciate simple moments, meaningful relationships, and opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. The present moment is where life actually happens. It is where goals are pursued, character is built, and faith is strengthened. Every achievement begins with actions taken in the present. Every positive change starts with a decision made today. By focusing on the moment you are living in rather than becoming trapped by the past or fearful of the future, you create space for peace, clarity, and growth. The less time you spend worrying about what was or what might be, the more power you gain to make the most of what is.